Should be live.
Okay.
There it goes.
All right, so anyway, this is our first live stream in a minute. And we're just going to wait on people to come in because we know that nobody was... I mean, I didn't even give a hint that we were going to do a live stream. Really, it's for people who are listening to it.
Later down the road.
Yeah, later down the road. But anyway, how have you been doing?
Oh, look at that. Not even 5 seconds into it.
That's nice. Good evening, Smitty.
We slowed down work. That's all I've been doing, but work. It went from like 70, 80 to, I don't know, 50, 60. So, I don't know. Just been dealing with that.
Right.
Watching the elections, watching all this unravel.
Right. Dude, you know, I watched all that go down. I went to bed early that night, though. I couldn't take it. The fakery was just too much for me to... I knew they were going to hoax it.
I mean, scripted for sure.
Oh, man, I mean, well, you know, scripted, hoax. I mean, you know, look, all right, people get kind of confused whenever I say hoax. Sometimes it's by a script. And whenever I see a play or a movie or anything, my mind thinks hoax. You know what I mean? It's like this is a bunch of people acting for cameras or other people if there's no cameras. And they're acting, and it's a hoax. It's just a hoax play on whatever they're trying to get the point across, you know? And so whenever I say that's all a hoax, I just mean it's all an act. It's all a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But people, you know, they try to hold me to this standard. You know, I get comments all the time. Most people, believe it or not, guys, so many people comment on my shit, and they get showed. But I get to reply to a lot of them, and sometimes people just erase... Listen, half the time people erase their own comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For people who ever ask questions or... You know what I mean?
Most people just send DMs then? I mean,
they don't? No. It's all on the... I want everybody to see. If you don't have a question that I can answer on air or in the comments real quick, then I don't want to hear it. I'm not trying to hide anything at all. Anyway, and we're sitting here waiting, and we got Smitty, and nobody knew we were gonna go live, so it's kind of just a waiting game till we get some people in here. But we're gonna start anyway on what we were gonna show, because like I said, this is for the people who show up for sure. It's cool, and I like interacting with everybody, but it's for future reference. Oh, man. So anyway.
So this is happening. We had, I guess it's been announced. We've got Joe Biden as our 56th.
Well, listen, it's been announced by the media. Okay? I don't know when it was decided. I don't know when it was decided that the media, the tribal ran media, you know, could come out and just say, whenever they wanted to, that it was cool that, hey, Biden's the president. You know, we counted him up. Dude, I've watched so many, you know, Twitter, Instagram. And YouTube. I've watched so many videos, just little clips of people cheating in these elections. Burning ballots, throwing ballots out, truckloads of them.
Really?
Yes. And putting cardboard up and locking the people out that were there to... facilitate fairness is what they were supposedly there for whenever the people were counting the mail-in ballots and whatnot. They were supposed to be there walking around, you know, I guess they had a clipboard or whatever. But did you notice there were so many, if you saw any of those videos, there were so many hidden cameras. Those people didn't know they were being watched. And there was some strange angles that I had seen, you know, of people going about the business of counting shit. And while they did, they were even in there while they were doing it, their jobs. I watched them. They're called riggers. People on Twitter have been calling them riggers. And I think that's riggers. So never let a... I've seen so many. Never let a rigger, you know, count your votes. Oh, God. There's just a million of them. I don't even want to go into it. But, hey, I think Reg. Biden... Yeah, the revelers in the streets. Hey, Last night somebody was putting on Twitter that they were showing all the revelers in the streets for the last couple of days, and I said I tweeted out that we should. I'd like to see a Moab go off right there in the middle of the shit, and just cut the stream. Go back a few buildings back, or however far back, the next city over, I guess, and watch the fucking mushroom cloud. Those people deserve to have a bomb dropped on them. I really mean that. I do. They want to see the fall of Western civilization, bro. They want to see this fall because they've been taught over the last generation or two that white people are evil. Anything to do with them is sick and twisted and not to be trusted. And, who am I describing? Who am I really describing? The people who, come in and look like white, us. And they're not. Anybody that works with small hats is a minion of the devil, in league with Satan. I personally believe in Jesus Christ. And I also personally believe that, and why? Why? Here's why, guys. Here's really why. Because there has to be a devil, all right? There has to be an evil too, all right? And I'm just calling Jesus God. That's all I do, all right? And the Holy Spirit of Jesus Christ, God, just fills you up with whatever you are, all right? And the devil and that's the sheer spirit, and that's what makes you into a human. And then the devil, everything that's the devil is us. It's this body. It's this ether that we're in, the thickness of what we're in, all right? And that's the devil, all right? And it pulls you away and tries to kill whatever is made through life, through the spirit. It tries to kill that and to drag you back down into the depths and recycle you again and again and again and again. So, when I see these evil people out in the streets following in this satanic world, man, it just makes me want to. Look, man, I know it's not very Jesus-like to, drop a bomb on 500,000 people. But listen, it is what it is.
Well,
the dark winter is coming. Marky, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Marky Rowe is on spec to have, the most comments on my channel that have been showed.
Why? What do you mean?
This homeboy is just the most unlucky dude ever when it comes to everything he puts in is just taken out.
Was it really extreme stuff? Or
no, not really. I mean, no, not to me. He just calls out for the
to a YouTube algorithm.
Oh well, to a YouTube algorithm, it would seem like that Marky Rowe was the devil himself.
The devil.
Yeah, but to me, he seems like my brother.
So what do you think?
Talk just like I do.
It's probably the most split that this has ever been. 75 million to 70 million.
Okay. Listen, Joe Biden couldn't draw 3 to 5 people to a pile of horse shit on the stage during those rallies. All right? We all saw that.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know it's all scripted. I get it. But that's the script that they went with, guys. That's what we saw, all right? That we can't do anything more than what we saw. All right. So we know that. And he had, I think, maybe, let's just give him props and say he got 1,000 people to show up to him and Kamala got 1,000 people to show up to different rallies, all right? And that's big. I think it was more like 100. But on the election day, on 11/3, that dude got 73 million fucking votes.
75.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, but that was
I believe Donald Trump got 70 million votes. I believe that. Everybody I know loves Donald Trump because I live in a red state. Me, I don't have much to do with him. I could care less.
This is a redux of the Hillary thing.
It's all script.
People didn't vote for Trump so much as they voted against Hillary. And
I see what you're saying.
This definitely seems like a backlash.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
This definitely seems like a backlash for people.
Rooster's. I'm sorry, brother. Rooster, Reg, Marky, and Smitty's still here. And these are my people, man. These guys have been with me the whole time. The whole time. Rooster especially. Hell, I mentioned him in my second or third video. Yeah. Because he said that black people built this country. And he quoted Donald Trump in my comments section. Which I had said, too, during that video. He loves me and... yeah. Rooster's around, man. I see him everywhere I go. Whenever I think that I have found some really, really like deep shit on the internet, I see Rooster. He's like,
Already
cheers,
know
Jack.
what
Yeah, she's been there. He's fucking a moderator. Whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. That's the kind of people that I deal with, and they're good.
Yeah.
And I've seen him make literally 5,000 or more comments in different comment sections and on live streams, and I swear to you, I've never seen him make a false statement on anything. You see what I'm saying? These are solid people, man. Reg, he has a great channel. People need to check Reg's out. Reg from Alaska, straight up, 1 and 2 TOO. People need to check that out. He doesn't really go into race stuff, like me, and that's what keeps me small. And I did that on purpose. You know what I mean? Being able to talk shit about riggers and all kinds of fun shit, and stay so small. And I get every time I hit the century mark on any subscriber count, I get scared because I'm like, I wanted to keep it under 300,
Mm-hmm.
And here we are over 500 now. And YouTube's deleted so many great channels that were subbed to me. I got to see who they were. And in one day, I lost like 30 subs. That was because they didn't unsub me. What had happened was their channels got straight shut down.
Damn.
Almost 30 people. See? All those big channels were subbed to this small little baby channel. Of course they were. I would be subbed to this channel. But I hate that. Don't do that. If you want to unsub, you can. It won't hurt my feelings at all. Just always check in and see if I put out a new video or whatever, and we'll keep in contact that way, guys. Those videos are just me droning on about whatever thought I had. I just turn on that. I figured since my wife bought me that nice iPhone and the newest flagship one, I figured I would, make videos. And I started making videos and shit. And because all it is just a thought, If I'm just sitting around doing nothing, I got like 560 videos, bro. I've only released like 100 of them, huh? 120?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll never release all those videos. They were from my iPhone 7, which I've had for since 2000. Yeah, since it came out, flagship. I always get the flagship iPhone. But I'm going to skip this 5G iPhone 12.
Oh, you don't want the 5G, huh?
No, I don't want to fry myself.
You don't want to kill yourself?
No, listen, if you have that around you, the hertz. I'm not going to go into it because everybody probably already knows, but it will make you, don't worry. I'm not going to say anything because this will get showed if I do.
Yeah,
they'll put the header on. No shit. We're not going to talk any shit.
Probably already got hurt.
All right, I had to switch back my backup channel. You know it, of course.
Yeah, they had questions.
Yeah. Oh, anybody got any questions? Just
Who
ask.
do you listen to?
On YouTube, Jack? I have 900 people that I'm subbed to, Mark, and them.
Go through. Do you
That's
have that
them.
public?
I just go to
Is it
my
public?
sub list is completely public. Go there. Those are I don't watch anything that's not in my feed of subscribers. That's it. I watch everything in my feed. So if you want to make a video and you only have one sub and you're like, nobody will ever see it, make that bitch. I will watch it. And then you can erase it. That's how you guys can talk to me. Through a video. All you got to do is just, if you don't want to be seen, it's cool. Just record a voice memo and upload it. Figure out how to do it. It's easy, guys. To upload to YouTube is so easy for those of you who don't know. They make it easy. Now, if you want to talk crazy, you're going to get showed, You have to speak in complete code. And that's why so many people come to my video. I get people coming in all the time. I get to see all these analytics. And I get people coming in all the time. And it's funny because all of you guys come in, not anyone that's here now, of course, but people come in, and what happens is that they see one video and they're like, they don't understand the codes that I say, they don't understand any of that. And it's like, okay, fuck this guy. I had some, but yeah, well, I'm just being honest. And so, of course, I get that, and that's good. Get out. Get out.
You don't want them anymore.
I don't want to, no. And don't share my videos, no. If you want to upload my videos to your own channels and shit and make a channel out of that, go ahead. Just screen capture them and upload them, or take them, whatever you want. I don't care. These are free for everyone. It's just my thoughts, and they're a lot of your thoughts. My videos are what you guys have said in the comments and Instagram and Twitter. And people, you know, I do that. I just make videos. If somebody triggers me, and I make a video on it. Let's see, dude. Oh, man. And people that I have neglected some people. You know, I've been moving. My brother moved from Oregon back here, and so much has gone on in the last couple of months, and I have been deranged. You know, guys, my father died, and that hit me very, very hard. And I don't talk to that. I don't talk on that to anyone. You know, it's between me and my father and God. And so, you know, so I'm not going to make videos on that, and I'm not going to talk about that. It's my dad. But just suffice to say, guys, I loved my father. I'm named after him, and I'm not Junior. I'm the second. My mother made sure of that. But I did love my dad. Very few people did. He had a love-hate relationship with everyone, and at the end, pretty much everyone hated him. And I wouldn't blame you if you did. But whatever, I loved him. So, let's see. Any more questions?
Well, yeah.
And for anyone I've neglected,
Seriously?
and I can think of people, all right? And you know who you are, anyone that I say I'm neglecting. I will get it together with myself. Just let me deal with it in my own time.
So, like, here's what there. With the election happening and all this stuff going on, there seems to be the response from both sides. So, I mean, what's your take on that? Like, the left's response towards maybe the right's response. Whenever Trump won the election and the left was like dumbfounded,
Right.
4 years ago.
Right.
What do you think of that? Is that
No, man. See, you look. A guy like me always puts it in the perspective. Listen, I didn't always, but listen, I didn't always do this. But what I do now is I talk on this race stuff because that's what everybody that's what they've been teaching in school, and that's what they've been teaching in everywhere you look.
What, pro-agenda?
Well, no, just the race.
It just inhibits every single policy, So, I mean, well, here's what I think. I feel like, okay, someone put a tweet out saying, I think it was Trump's son, saying that there were no burning buildings, you know, because there's 70 million people that were angry that a different politician got elected, but there's no burning buildings right now, which is weird because the left has been just rioting.
Okay, so all right, look, they knew the script down to a T. Here's Conspiracy Jack. All right.
Do you think Trump's in on that?
Yeah.
How deep does that go?
All right, very deep. All right, it's the deepest of the deep state. Do I think Trump was always in on it? No, I don't think listen, of course, his whole life, he was made for this minute. But what I'm saying is, of course, it's compartmentalization, man. He's not going to know everything. And I know that he met Henry Kissinger right before the elections, all right? Whenever, in 2016 or whenever it was that they were having all those debates and all that, and he was getting popular and all that. And the next thing you know, I noticed some Reuters shit and whatnot. He had met with Henry Kissinger in a private session for a few hours, all right? And that let me know that they were giving him the upload on what's the real deal.
What's going down.
Yeah.
Or what will go down.
You meet Henry Kissinger right before you become the president? Psh, please. What I'm saying to you guys is that, look, he may not have known all of his life what his life was for, but he was made for something. That's why that if you look, and they didn't wipe this. I looked for this way back in the day, too. Donald Trump pictures with alcohol, Donald Trump pictures with drugs, Donald Trump pictures with anything, man. The guy has nothing on him at all. Except for the grab him by the pussy thing. He has nothing on him really at all. And all his bad dealings, moving people out and this and that. But, you know, if you think...
Wait.
Well, no. All right,
Illegals?
look, I want to build... I'm going to build a beautiful golf course. You know, he's going to build a golf course, and it's going to impede on somebody's land. They won't leave. So he strong arms them the fuck out of where they are so he can take their land. And you know what I mean? Okay, he doesn't pay contractors that come in and do this and that. But if you think that's Donald Trump, no, it's his holdings company. It's people underneath him. You know what I mean? God. People think that the top guy does everything. The top guy does next to nothing.
Showman.
He's the fucking mouthpiece. Look at it. Look, you can look at him. Whenever he does his little fucking 666 hand thing every time, everybody's always saying, and they turned it into a white supremacy shit, but whatever, right? Whenever that happened, the funniest thing to me, he has soft hands, you know? Working man's hands. You look like you've been counting money all your life. You know? Come on, man. The guy's always been a place man. Let's not get too caught up. And when you like Donald Trump, it's that you like white folks. That's what they turned it into. I like white folks. If I like Donald Trump, I like white people. That's what it turned into. I didn't do that. No. Every single fucking president besides Barack Hussein Obama has been a white dude. I don't know what's wrong with that, considering that we were like 90%, 95% white up until 1965. I really don't understand what's wrong with that. We built this country to get away from the people that were over there in Europe because they were cucked the fuck out. And we came over here, not the people of Europe, but all those politicians and all those people that were, all those kings and all the knightly thises and that's and all the servitude that was going on. We were like, no, man, fuck that. We're out. And we came over here. It was for us, by us. FUBU for white folks. The original FUBU, you trash. It's just unbelievable. So anyway, I don't mean to get wound up, guys. I'm sorry.
For that.
I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is the guy was always meant for that, all right? And so I'm sure he did not know they were going to drop a COVID bomb on his ass. You know what I mean? He looked bewildered to me, all right?
Well, I think we're about to have the COVID number 2.
And this whole trial thing, not trial, it is a trial by fire for us, but Trump's not my president. You know, all those people said that. And I had thought the other night, I had thought to myself, right after, whenever they started doing the electric boogaloo in the street and shit, I remembered and I said to myself, you know, all these people and all these tweets that I'm seeing from these stars and all these people now that are I'm so glad Joe Biden got elected and Kamala. And that's what it's all about, boys and girls. Kamala. Not fucking Joe Biden. But anyway, I saw all of them, you know, and then dancing in the streets and doing all their crazy shit, right? And I remembered 3 to 4 years ago whenever all of those same people it all started. The critical race theory and the white privilege really came into effect for all people. I've been seeing this shit for years, but everybody got a dose of it during Donald Trump's presidency, the white man's presidency, his white man's ascendance again after Barack Hussein Obama. All right. Then what I started seeing was them saying back then was, this ain't my country. I'm out. You know, I'm going to Canada. If Donald Trump wins, I'm going to Canada. Fuck Donald Trump. He's not my president. Do you like Donald Trump? You know, Jesse Lee Peterson did those man on the street things out in Compton and shit and asked all those black people, is Donald Trump your president? And they're like, nah, he ain't. You know, mostly they all said, pardon my French, again, fuck Donald Trump. That's what they mostly all said. And a lot of cuckold whites did. And all these SJW pieces of shit were out in the street screaming. Well, of course they are. It turned into the white man, though, is what I'm telling you. Now, what all that point of all that rant was, is to say this. They all said, F Donald Trump. Fuck white people. All right? Everybody. What if the half of this country that pays all the taxes and buys all the gear and all this shit and keeps all this going, what if that half of the country, that was one half that we heard me rant about. What if the other one, the one I belong to, says, okay, fuck you. We quit. We're going to stop work. We're going to stop everything for about a month, maybe 2. And you won't be receiving any welfare. You won't be receiving any, everything will shut down, boys and girls. If the side I'm talking about, the side I belong to, if we go down for a month or 2, and we can help each other out. The side I'm on will help each other out through this because we own all the guns and the ammo and all the shit and all the generators and everything. We are the shit. If you're on my side with me, And we will starve these sons of bitches out. And we will burn them to the fucking ground. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm down for. Not my country. What if the people said, no, Joe Biden's not our president and we're not paying taxes no more. We're not supporting you sons of bitches no more. Ever. All you politicians and all you fucking riggers and all you fucking people. That's what's up. If we say no, they're done. They said no and we get pissed off. We say no, they're burned.
Cut off.
Straight up.
I mean, they said it, but they didn't practice it at all. How many people do you think actually left the country? 0.1%? Even? Nobody left. Nobody walked the walk.
They talk the talk, but they didn't walk
They
the walk.
always talk the talk. That'll never, ever change.
Well, yes, it will.
No.
Yes, it will. If the good people of this country would stand up and say, all right, we will kick I'm going to Leonidas kick Joe Biden off the fucking cliff whenever we back him up.
You said it earlier, Biden's
He's
just a mouthpiece.
So exactly. He's the left mouth. They are in the streets dancing because Joe Biden got elected president. He's the president-elect, all right? As hoaxed as it was. The whole script, the whole thing where they all cheated, we all know. Everybody on earth knows we cheated. The people around the world are laughing their balls off at Americans. Because we're like no better than Venezuela. All the people I make fun of, everybody. I make fun of everybody. But all those people that I'm making fun of, the POCs in their countries, right? And the dumbasses over in Eastern Europe and all that. And the Asians and everybody that I make fun of for their country sucking and being a piece of shit country, and all the African countries that are hellholes. All those people are laughing their asses off at us. Oh, God.
Well, it must be sweet comeuppance.
Yeah, well, we're still dangerous as hell.
Yeah. Well,
we can still strike your ass from ports of call
You know-
with our submarines you didn't know were there with nukes. So don't fuck with us too hard.
You don't
and
think
don't
that-
come to here with 330 million people all armed to the teeth ready to kill each other. You come here and we will fucking stop fighting with each other just like Americans always do and forget all the social media bullshit and we will pound your ass into submission to get the fuck off our continent. We took this place by force and it will take force to take it away from us. I'm not going to let some Marxists in the streets take my fucking country from me.
I think they'll do it without a gun. Like, they teach schools
Well, they're
now.
going to have to have.
They
hey, listen,
teach schools now.
Listen, we're going to call to arms for my brothers and sisters. I've done this before. It wasn't the right timing. It is the right timing now. So, for anybody who stands with me, we need to spread the word that we're not going to take this shit no more. Spread this podcast. Let people hear what I said. They can hit me up if they're serious this time. I don't want to talk shit on the internet.
I don't know. Like I said earlier, there's no rioting.
White people can't be pushed into some fake shit. We know when we're being hoaxed. Inherently. Why do you think we're always around? Listen, I think that, I had made that video, guys, on reincarnation, and I did it on the backdrop of the pyramids, and I said it's all up in the air, and that's how they're built and all that. Okay. The truth of all of it is that white people have been going around this planet for fucking 100,000 years. And they've been doing shit, okay? And every single time they build structures, like the pyramids or the walls in Peru and the Incan temples and everything that they do, all right? The megalithic structures of times that are supposed to be 10,000 plus years old that no Egyptian, no African Egyptian made, and no Peruvian piece of trash made, and no hate on you. It's just that you people, we saw what you did with the stones. You took little stones and you made them. Okay. Whenever you guys claimed to make those temples, but they weren't. Those huge 100,000-pound stones, we know what we did. We know how we built those, all right? I know how we built those. And we did it all over the world. And what happens? You build these structures. Why? To take to stand the test of time, so that people will know that somebody was there, somebody had been there to make something so great that it will last for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. All right. And why does it seem like that the people that made them left, and then that these other people came in and picked them with stone, with chisels and stuff they could muster up, these trash people of the world, all right? And they chiseled these monolithic structures that these white people made. And they chiseled their little shit on them and said, look what we built. Look what we built. But you didn't build a fucking thing. You came on it later and said that you did. All right, now why is it that we would move from place to place to place to place to place around the world? All right? In droves, so big that we can make monuments of the sort that we see all over Earth. Well, I'll tell you why. Because every single time we make a place, there's some, a huge civilization. There's some place that in our hearts that lets, in our women's hearts mostly, but it lets it come in and gets cuckolded and says, oh, I feel sorry for these people of color. We need to let them in the gates. We need to. Because they're starving out there. And the white men are like, let them starve. But they come in. And there are other civilizations that are good too. I'm not just saying that whites are the only good ones. I'm saying that we built this shit. It's provable. In the tombs, they have found people with red hair and eye sockets. And these people were white. They keep that from us all. Because why? Because the SJW shit happens 10,000 years ago, 50,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago. It never stops. We're all humans. We're all of the same blood of that time. I don't know why people are so fucking stupid. But I do. Because they believe everything they see on the TV. They believe everything they see in a video on fucking YouTube. What a joke. I've seen these places and I've seen these structures. I know. But what I'm saying is that it always goes downhill because we always let them come in. And this is happening again, guys. It's happening again to the good people of this country, not just white. Mostly 200 million of us. But mostly, and hey, how many cuckolds are involved in those 200 million? Let's do the math. 75 million of them. Roughly.
75 million.
That means 125 million white people aren't cucks. That's still more than anybody in this country. Come fuck with us. In fact, listen, boys and girls, someday it won't be you that's fucking with me. It's going to be me that's fucking with you. And that's a goddamn promise. We are so defensive. Good people are so defensive about, and we're so, what I mean is we want to be good. We want to be nice. We want to be good to you and good to our brothers and good to our neighbors and good to whoever we come in contact with. And what happens? People take advantage of that. In your day-to-day life, if you run into a bum that knows you're soft and knows you have money in your pocket and knows because he can read your face and he knows if he hits you up, okay? Take that bum and multiply it by fucking 30 million and then you'll understand what's happening in this country. God. These people have been bred. Shit people have been bred to be shit people for the purposes that we're seeing now. It's all coming into focus in 2020. You should be seeing what's happening. You should all be seeing now what people have, like me, have been talking about all of my fucking life. Everybody can see in 2020. It's glasses or contact lenses for those of you who were fucking asleep just a couple of years ago and now you think you're so goddamn smart, but you're not smart. I've been awake all my life. All of my entire life. I remember when I was 6 months old, sitting in my baby chair, looking up at my mama, and they were cooing and cawing at me. I remember that. And I've never been, the only time I ever shut off is when I get blacked out drunk. That's why I get blacked out drunk. Don't you all see? Because I'm awake all the time. No drugs needed. And what we're seeing is the end of an era. And it all points to that. The Mayans. The 2012 thing, I know it's 2012 probably right now. There has been a destruction of years. I've done my research. There are sections of time that have been taken out, weeks and minutes and days at a time over the last couple thousand years. And what happens is that we lose a little bit of that. Over the last 500-600 years, we lose that. And of course, from 12 to 20 is 8 years. Okay, so we're right in there, right? But we're not the only ones. The Kali Yuga, every religion, I'm doing air quotes. All religions are doing that right now. They're saying that it's the end of the times, it's the end of the world. No, it isn't. This world will still spin around or be flat or whatever the fuck y'all think it is forever. It's us that change, all right? It's us that it depends on who runs it, how it runs. Okay? Always. If you have the same plot of land that has a shop on it, and you have one man, one decade that ran it a certain way, all right? And he ran whatever he wanted to through that barn, through that shop, through that metal shop, through whatever it was. And then you had it and you said, okay, that's what he did with it. Let's go to this time frame, the next 10 years, and let's see what this man did with it. It could be 100% different.
Well, I mean, just look at America in general.
Okay? And so this land has been used time and time and time and time and time and time again over the years. We're not the first people that came here and conquered it. We're just the latest ones that did it. You can blame us all you want to and start trashing us again, but you're just going to end up in fucking mud huts. If that's what you want, then fine, trash us. But I'm not going out without a fucking fight because I don't want to live in a mud hut. That's as much as it is. I have a wife and I have people who depend on me. And we're not going to live in mud huts. Or teepees. Or none of that shit, man. I'm not making fun. I have Indian. I'm a mutt too. But not so much of a mutt that would say that fuck white people. Fuck everything I have to do with. Fuck the patriarchy. Fuck everything, right? No! If you hear the words that I'm saying, it's because a white dude hooked up the lines and, oh my God, or we showed you. Because these are our patents. These are our things we came up with. And I know because I've come up with them too. And my people have. And we're not the only ones that have. But anything you all did is you came from the mud huts, you came from the igloos, you came from wherever y'all came from, and we took you out of that and put you in houses and put you in a motherfucking Twitterverse and the Instagrams and the fucking YouTube, and we put you here. And Steve Jobs, and I know they say he's from Middle Eastern too, and blah, blah, blah. He's a white man. And he came up with all this shit. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I know. So, all the racist shit can go to the side. People know exactly what the fuck I am, and if you hear this, then you'll know. I'm just proud of who I am and my people, and I don't want us to die. I don't want us to be genocided, and I see that's what's going to happen. Because you can go to, listen, China doesn't need anybody else, right? They don't need anybody. Nobody's going to China. They're not flooding China with Africans and the Arabs, all right? And listen, all these other countries don't need any. No POC country needs a goddamn person, all right? But white countries do. White countries need diversity. White countries need it. That's insane. We need our own countries too. That's why this place is going to balkanize. Don't you see what's happening here? If we can't save this country, it's going to break up into huge chunks. And the people who can't make it out of those chunks into the other ones before the time frame, you're going to get slaughtered. I'm sitting right where I'm going to be. Come here. What I'm saying, guys, is, and I haven't read the chat, and I'm sorry, I go on rants, but I haven't been on a live stream in a while, and I wanted to give you guys a humdinger of a fucking live stream. Something you could always remember if you got to hear it, because I'm sure it'll be showing.
You talked about dropping a bomb earlier.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, it happens. All right, well,
let's read the chat. We haven't been in. Who all's in? Let's see. We're spinning back. Let's see who's in. All right, Jamie. Oh, yeah. Oh, Win War. Oh, yeah.
Jamie, Reg, Jive, Win War.
Oh, yeah. These are people in Marky. Of course, everybody who usually does talk.
20 alphabet. Be good to black people, I like him. He gives sucker punch you.
Yeah. Be good to black people. Yeah, of course. Dude, listen. If you ever see a fight on Reddit or whatever, fight porn's a good one. Go to fight porn. That's some shit. Or, okay, you go to that. If you ever see a black dude standing there in front of anybody, could be another black dude, could be white, could be a Mexican, I don't give a fuck who it is. He's going to sucker punch. You can always tell. And these idiots, whoever they are, they drop their hands and they look around, and then the black dude sees that and sucker punches and knocks them the fuck out. Yeah, every single time. You know, if it happens like that, in a straight up fight, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, a straight up fight's fun, getting sucker punched, but you won't see Jack getting... I've never been sucker punched. Hell no. Yeah, fight porn, dude. It's off the charts. You guys need to check that shit out. Oh. I tell you, man, we've been moving. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, and we've been moving all day. And I just got done, and I came over here, and I thought, since I hit the 500 mark, and they let me finally hit it and stay there.
Yeah, I found it.
Then I figured, hell, I'll do a live stream to mark that 500 thing. You know what I mean, guys? I haven't done one in a long time. The last one I did was a drunkard one. That was a shit one.
This one makes me laugh because he's clearly waiting for this. I don't know any of the context, unfortunately, but it's pretty hilarious. So this guy, he was gonna sucker punch him, but he didn't expect this guy to react.
Damn, bro.
He let him out.
Damn. See, these animalistic behaviors are just too much. This is not the world that I want to live in.
Damn.
All right? And since I'm not going anywhere, then I think we see what the outcome has to be.
This is my favorite comment. Didn't know he was fucking with a guy that says boom when he punches people.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I can just see that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Reg, they do delete subs all the time, bro. My subs go up and down. I don't even look at that. In fact, anybody, like I say, guys, it's not a disrespect. Anybody who wants to unsubscribe, just keep checking back in, Keep the channel small. I don't know how much good it'll do now,
What do you mean? With the algorithms?
Yeah. It doesn't matter anymore, I guess. Straight up.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Listen, if anyone has been with me for a while, they know that, I should have been showed after the first or second video. So I have no idea why YouTube would keep this up.
Yeah, but they give you strikes, don't they?
Sure, but I always have great reasons and emails back to them, and I converse with people, real people. Yeah, it wasn't good enough that I was talking to a computer. I'm like, no, I want to talk to a real human being. I'll keep this up. You're not going to strike my shit down. I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want to say. I'm not using blatant racial slurs, Unless cuckold white is a racial slur. That's the worst thing I say. Joggers? Come on now.
It's okay if you say cuckold white.
Yeah.
They don't mind if you...
Yeah, no. Anytime you do...
Slur is,
any racial slur on a white man is off the charts.
That's promoted.
Cracker.
You'll probably get...
Cracker.
Front page.
Jive Turkey. Jive Turkey is one of the very first people, and I know this is time-stamped. Jive Turkey is one of the first people that called them joggers. Because I said this guy was just jogging down the street. And he said he was a jogger. And that was Ahmaud Arbery like a day after it happened. So we're up on the jogger shit. So whenever I say jogger, I don't have to say any other words. Because me and Jive Turkey made that shit up on our video. Straight up. I've heard it. We were saying it before anyone else. Before people even knew about our armed robbery, Ahmaud Arbery, me and Jive Turkey had already called them joggers and laughed our asses off. So fuck you. You know what I mean? Because people always ask me why I call them joggers or why I call them this or that, and I'm like, dude, what are you kidding me? Do you want my channel just shut down? Because I'm not going to go anywhere else. I mean, I might go to BitChute, but you know what, guys, whenever I finally do lose my channel, I'll just go to Jack 2 and then Jack 3 and then whatever, right? But once the original Jack Torrance channel goes down, it would be cool if everybody uploaded all those videos and just flooded the...
I mean, you can always keep them anyways.
Yeah, well, no, I have them anyways. But I'm saying a lot of people have my videos. People have told me they record them so that they will be uploadable.
Rigger is the new jogger.
Yeah, Rigger, man.
I haven't heard anything about that. We don't get a whole lot of that kind of stuff in Arkansas land.
Nah. Arkansas land's,
It's been red for a while.
Yeah. Well, we had Clinton here, and Clinton, I think he was a Rockefeller. Winthrop Rockefeller was here in in the same time frame that Bill was born. Okay? And he was here. And they knew they needed this small little shithole place in the middle of nowhere at the time. But Little Rock was here. Fort Smith, of course, has always been here. And the 33rd parallel is the very bottom of this state. The exact 33rd parallel is the bottom of Arkansas. That's why I say I'm ground zero, and I mean what I say. This is Illuminati Central. But regardless of that, I have pictures getting art awards with Bill Clinton, shaking hands and shit with him when I was young. He didn't try anything on me.
They got you.
Yeah, they got
you went to
me.
Epstein Island, you fuck.
Did I? They flew me out to Epstein Island, guys. I can't tell you what happened out there. It was horrible. It was just horrible. Yeah, it was horrible for the people that were there. They had the dentist chairs. You guys remember that? Seeing the dentist chairs?
Oh my God, no.
See, nobody knows about it, man. This is all like nothing to me. To hear all these stories about all this, I've known for 30 plus years. And that it's all coming out now and people are still like not believing it is just, it's staggering to me. So, these people are evil. That's all I can tell you. Evil in ways most people can't fathom. That's how evil they are. Catch up with the chat.
I mean, they're making puns.
Riggers and Jagger rigged election. He was a Rockefeller. Illegitimate. That's right. Pure racism, this talk. Is it? Well, no, hey, listen. You see joggers in the street, along with those cuckold whites. You see them out there praising that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris got, and the leftist way of thinking. That's what we have, guys. Right-left paradigm. All right? We're living in it. And so we see all these people out there, all these people that were Black Lives Matter and cuckold and ready to spit in the face of the white man. We've seen videos where at the end of a black beatdown where they beat the white man down, the white girl runs up and spits on the white boys just to prove that she's down with the cause too, You see? So they're all down like that, right? And what we're seeing now is the people in the street that hate Whitey and hate everything they have to do with and down with whites and down with all good people of this country. All right-thinking people. That's what we're seeing in the streets. It's just infuriating, man. Something needs to happen. But that's part of the script. It's supposed to be infuriating. It's supposed to make you mad. It's supposed to get you to do something. Of course.
I don't know.
If an uprising and it happened, an insurrection of the people and had some kind of basic type of civil war, it would be so quick that they would bring in troops in. Cuckold Joe Biden and Kamala would bring, if he ever did become president, would bring troops in from the UN and China and all around the world to squelch that. And then the new world, or they would go door to door, take our guns, fight on it with us. Guys, it would be war. And that's what's up. That's what's happening. The script has been written forever. This place was always meant to go down. Everything about it is fake. Everything, man. It's all a mockery to the people that tried so hard to believe in the American dream and all the shit that they fed us and all the red, white, and blue and all that. But I take that back. I take it all. I'm taking it. I'm like, you know what? What if we just kill all you sumbitches and we take all of that gear and I make it my own? That's what I want to do. Just denounce the people that are in charge of everything and replace them. It can be done. It can be done. It can be done without a blood drop.
I don't know about that.
No, their blood for sure will spill. And ours will too in turn. But what I'm saying is we don't ever have to fight each other again. Anyone.
It's a cycle. You said so earlier.
Of course.
But
it's going to happen over and over. Look, man, and those monuments and the beautiful things you built, guys, after they spread us to the ashes and we, were spread to the four winds, those things will be around for thousands of more years. And people will wonder, they'll wonder, who built those things? How did they do that? Wow, that's astonishing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some tribal jackass or some person of color will be saying, oh yeah, back then, we did that. That was ours.
I mean, you see that in real time.
I see it all the time.
It's crazy.
Blacks built this country. Don't forget. They couldn't build a wheel. We brought them over on a ship, and automatically they knew how to build skyscrapers and shit. Fuck out of here. I'm just saying, dude. Let's be realistic for once,
You can't. They don't want you to.
Any realistic talk gets taken out, dude.
Real quick. Quickly. So, my real talk, I don't know. It's happening. It's absolutely happening. Biden's gonna walk in there, be president, shut down the U.S. economy again. At least that's what he's hoping to do. And people seem to be on board. The media's got it. People so scared of COVID. They pretty much want, total economical collapse to happen.
Yeah.
Why? Why does that seem
because
like
they
better
have
alternative?
economic collapse means listen. Economic collapse is only just part of it. It's one facet of it.
It's a big facet.
I don't think it is. We're dependent on these systems, but what are we really doing? We're going to work, if we do, to facilitate.
If we do.
Yeah, to facilitate whatever we're doing, all right? And humans do everything. This shit didn't build itself. These computers didn't build themselves. Everything you see in the world didn't install itself. No, people are doing this shit, and they're upkeeping it, okay? They're keeping it up. They're doing their jobs. So, if they smash each system one by one, they can rebuild it in the image that they want, the 1,000 points of light. They already talked about it in 1991, September 11th, 1991. The old 1,000 points of light, a new era, a new world order will come. Yeah, a new day will come into dawn. Not one of chaos, but one of that we control. That's what he's saying. A fifth objective, would be sought after, a new world order. Shit. You talk about new world order, you get showing. The president of the United States was saying that shit. George Bush. And he was a CIA guy from 1974 to 75. They put him as head of the CIA. These bloodline bastards, and they stay bloodline.
I mean, you have to.
Of course.
They will pick. I don't know. I mean, they let fall guys in. They let people.
His name was Fall Guys. His name was Jimmy Carter. His name was Donald Trump. These are people who thought they were special and then found out they weren't.
No,
they're a pawn in the game.
Just a dartboard.
Shit. Listen, I don't care how powerful these people are. You think that they are. They're not. The people who really, you don't know their names and they live somewhere you never even thought of before, those are the people that are fucking in power. And they don't give a damn about anyone but themselves.
Yeah, but people get tired of getting told what to do by someone.
Yeah, they don't care. It's like the Sim game. You remember that Sim game, Sim City? Sim City, like 2000. Way back in the day. I had a city that I had made up that had 10 million people in it. And it was a thriving metropolis. And it was beautiful and it was great. And do you know what the Sim City told me I could do? After I had this thriving metropolis and I spent months building it and shit, I was younger then, I did stuff like that back then. And I built this huge thing and they told me, you can, a screen popped up and said, you can play God. You can alien attack them. You could use weather modification to kill them all and make hurricanes and tornadoes and,
Did you do it?
No. No, I just shut it down. I made that place. I didn't want to see him dead.
It's weird, huh? Because it doesn't seem to be the...
But, listen, that wouldn't have been there if people wouldn't do it, right? Even if it was the programmers that did it, just to do it. They obviously did. They animated everything and made it possible. Every scenario had been run through so where you could click a button and you would see crazy shit happening to the city you built and all the infrastructure. From building it from dirt to all the way to skyscrapers and monorail systems and aircrafts and airplanes and airspace travel. That's what I had built. To letting a monster tear my city down if I clicked a button. I didn't let it happen. I didn't do it. No way. And that was just digital people. Imagine how I feel about real ones. That's why when I see a jogger, I'm like, no, I don't feel that way about you. For some reason, I know you don't feel that way about me, and I don't feel that way about you, man. I'm not talking about black people here. I'm talking about joggers. There have been black people. There has to have been that were okay, man. There has to have been. Now, I got in an argument when I was younger and way crazier, and I would say shit. I was at Great Dane Trailer Company, and I was getting a job. I was pretty young, man, and I was a pretty wild boy. And they had this thing where you would get hired, but when you did, you had to go in there with all these other cuckold people and talk about your feelings. Not really. They put us off into groups of about 10 people each, and they put blackboards in front of us, and they made us talk about a bunch of different kinds of things and scenarios, and what would you do here, and if you could go to a different planet, what would you take with you if you only could take 5 things, and this and that and the other, you know. And I had said, this is way back in the 90s. I had said we wouldn't be taking any black people. Yeah. I was like, you know, and then this black dude's like, why not? And I was like, well, look, first of all, you know, there's more of us than there are of you here. There's only one of you in this whole room, and you just happen to be sitting here with me. So if I was talking about this company going to space, then we wouldn't take you, man. That's, you know, because why cause trouble, you know? Have you banging our bitches and getting cucked and social justice, all the little babies that were black after that, and all of us have them in our family. Not all of us, but people have them in their families, you know? So you can't just kill them. These people played our asses like a fucking violin. They took people from Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, and put them with us. They mixed in with us anyway. Through the years, us attacking them and them attacking us in different ways across the Mediterranean, around the Horn. Mm. So there are a lot of mixed in people that they're not all one color, you know. They're not all just white, and they're not all just black, and they're not all just Asian. There are mixtures, so many mixtures, that it's hard to talk about any kind of race war. Why would you? I mean, who's pure white? Like I said, I have Indian. So what am I supposed to say about that? You gonna kill me? You gonna kill Jack? Jesus. How far are we gonna go? So it's the good people. I keep saying that. The good people, man. And I love my kind. I hope you love yours. That's all I ever really mean, guys. I have disdain for the tribe. There you go.
Well, that's totally different.
Totally different. Everybody could agree on that. God, that should be our calling card for all good people of the world. Is like, if you're truly a good person, you know the tribe did it.
In the sense, like, they don't, you know, like, you were just talking about humanity, and it's okay to embrace your race or whatever, and but they demonize humanity. It's just a totally different war.
Yeah. It's quite unbelievable what we're seeing. It's 2020, guys, man. I swear to you guys. I have never, none of us, of course not. We haven't seen anything like this. No?
We haven't. I don't know.
No, the world has seen it a million times. But they are taking to bear everything. They are bringing to bear everything that every weird conspiracy I ever heard of and every crazy shit. I see it now. I see mathematics being racist. Did you know that? Yeah, no, really, somebody said it was racist. I'm not going to go into it. It's just insane. 2 + 2 is 4. It's not 5. And it's not racist if you think it's 4. God, you can hold a finger together. I could talk to an alien. If an alien came down to me, somebody asked me one time, they're like, how you think you're so good at talking to people and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, not really, bro. You just said it. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, what if an alien came down? And I said, well, I would talk to him through mathematics. And he's like, how, if you don't know how to talk to him? I'm like, I would hold my finger up, one of them, and I would hold another one up, another one, and I'd put them together, and I'd verbalize the number 2. And then I'd do it again with, you know, go through the math and show them where that we are. I would base 10 it, of course. That's just me. Because 9 is the highest number. And then you go back to 1 again with a placeholder. So I could talk to aliens. I talk to illegal aliens all the time when I lived in San Diego.
I mean, that's actually kind of true too.
What?
When I work with Mexicans, or
Hell yeah.
and the one universal language,
Mathematics.
mathematics.
Sure, and food.
I'm just
And
saying.
then white people I learned how to say cerveza.
Surveys.
No, that's right there. And primo, what's up, mi primo? All that bullshit talk that we talk with Mexican dudes and Spanish people in general. You know, I know how to talk to everybody, man. Because I've lived around everybody. And I know, a cold beer after a hard day's work is pretty fucking universal. Not for Jack, but for everybody else. We know what happens when Jack drinks. It's not good. Let's see. Yeah.
People are winding down now.
Good. Good, Winwar. Good seeing you, man. And Reg and Ajax92. I haven't seen you in a minute, brother. Cyrus Carter called me out for talking about race. That's good. It's funny.
He was talking about the chat.
Oh, I know. I'm just fucking with him. He makes good comments. He always does. Valentina? Yeah. I've seen you been, you're in on it. And I know a lot of people would ban you, but I am not that kind of person, man. I'm not. It's just, it is what it is. And if you hear me talking shit and saying the tranny agenda and the gay agenda and shit, well, no, hey, those are things that have happened, and they happened to you. So, let's just get real as fuck for a second. People live through this now. You're not the only one. We've seen it. And it hits home. Even in Arkansas, even in Oklahoma, even in Tulsa, even in Texas. No matter where you are. It hits home, man. These kids are all watching this stuff, and it's all happening. And they've all had horrible things happen to them all their lives. All of you have. All of we have. We all have. And we've got to stop this. That's what so many people wanted Donald Trump to be real for. It was because they believed, and they wanted to believe in the Q shit, and that they were going to take the child molesters down, and that they were going to right this ship. They. I'm done with they. We are they. I am they. Let's right this ship. It doesn't have to be a small little thing, guys. It can be massive. If you can get it through your head that we're not supposed to be fighting. If you have nothing and you hear me and I have nothing, I have it tattooed on my arm. It doesn't even say it, but it does. And if you have nothing in your life, not really, you don't own shit, really, not really. Huh? Nothing they couldn't take away in a few minutes. And then if you're with me, man, and these people are pieces of shit and they own everything and they take everything, if you're with me, let's take it back. It's ours. They say it's ours. Let's take it back. Let's test that.
Put that name.
It's public property. Well, all right. If it's public property, I'm going to take it then. Yeah. And that car's public property. Now, we see joggers out in the street smashing cop cars. And you see, they give them just a few city blocks. They turn the cameras on and they let them do it. These are all a bunch of damn hoaxes. And then what happens is, why I differentiate between black people and joggers is the one reason, and whoever gets mad, fuck you. The reason why I know is because I live in Fort Smith, Arkansas. There are black people here. I live next door to a few. Now, I don't converse with them every day, but I see them every day. I wave, and they wave back. And they work. And they have been working. And I know where they worked. They worked the same place for 30 years. And they own cars. And they own their home. Okay? And they're there. And then I noticed that there are joggers out in the street burning shit down. And those aren't the same exact people as the ones that I knew that stayed there for 30 fucking years paying their taxes, going to church, and bumping into them in the supermarket. All right? So there's a difference between a jogger and a black person. I don't give a fuck what you think. There is. As small of a difference as it may be, there is. So when I say good people, that's just what I mean. We don't all have to kill each other, man. It doesn't have to be races against each other. We can hash that all out later. After we kill all these sons of bitches and just put them in prisons that they built for us and take them out. Then we'll worry about each other because, listen, most of the agitators will be gone. I'm not an agitator. I'm a reactionary. When have I ever agitated anything? I make reaction videos. I turn the fucking TV on and I film it. And then I catch flack for that. For what you showed me, what you people in your videos showed me, and what other people have showed me, and what everybody showed me. That's the only thing I ever do. And that's all most of you do too, I know. But YouTube and Twitter and all those places you see all that crazy shit, and then people wonder why the filter comes up that I have. What are you kidding me? Anyway, I'm glad we made this live stream. This has been badass.
Yeah.
We got a lot out. I hope it stays up.
Yeah.
But if you heard it live, brothers, yeah, it was good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wind this down. Anybody have anything else to say? Let's.
Someone made a comment about natives. How the white man stole the native land.
Oh, did they? We stole it. We sure did.
We sure did.
I'm sorry, guys. We didn't want to live in teepees. I didn't, want to ride bareback.
You get your chance to live in teepees again.
Yeah, for sure we'll live in tents again, boys and girls. For sure.
Get what you finally wanted.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's for me. I'm not saying what I would have done back then. I don't know. I'm sure I would have went along with the plan from my people, all right? But whatever would have happened, I'm just saying what I would do now. I don't know. I'm saying my people didn't want to live in teepees, obviously, and that's why we're all in houses right now, okay? I'm sure anyone listening to this is not living in a teepee. I'm pretty sure of that, okay? With your internet connection and your phone and your computer. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Now, what I'm talking about now is let's get rid of this trash. Let's sweep the trash out of this place. We know who they are. We know they have addresses. We know who they are. Let's get them. Anyway, guys, I'll make a video and you guys leave comments on the comment section of this one. Everybody who was here, and that'll be a sign-in book for everybody. Don't leave no crazy shit or anything. Just leave your names and leave just a cheers to Jack, or that you were here, that you saw it. What's up, Turk? Patrick? Yeah, people are starting to come in, see.
Yeah, they can watch the VOD.
They can watch it. You guys can watch it. You'll love it, guys. If you came in late, we went on tirades. People triggered me in the chat, and they didn't even know it. See, some people... Thanks, Reg. Thanks, everybody. Everybody said something in there that I played off of in real time. Yep. I tried to give you guys a voice, everybody that was here. And that'll be special for anyone who watches the live streams. All right, guys? I love you all. Everybody who showed up here tonight, and you know who you were. But we're going to get out of here. We got to go to work tomorrow. I'm still moving, I'm still moving, guys. I've been moving for weeks. God.
Yeah, almost there.
Almost there, guys. Almost there.
All right, see you later.
Very nice. You did a